I'm very depressed and melancholic. I don't know what that is, but I am very depressed and melancholic lately. Even in my sujood, I get shivers. How do I get closer to Allah again?
MashaAllah. You know, it's a beautiful question. How do you get this khushu' back in your prayer? Imam Abu Hanifa al-Nu'man rahmatullahi alayhi, he was asked the same question. He said, I want you to imagine in a dark, cold, windy night, you are on a ship and the ship wrecked. Everybody drowned. And just before your turn to drown, a piece of float wood came to you and you're holding on to it for your dear life. He says, hold on to the salah for your dear life like you're holding on to that piece of wood. Another. He says, how could I attain this khushu'? How could I get this deep concentration and reflect and ponder about everything I get or talk about or say or go through the motions? Ibn al-Adham or others, rahmatullahi alayhim, said, when you say Allahu Akbar, mean it. You know what that means? Allah is greater. Do you mean it? Let's put you to the test. How many of us hear the words Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, and you're watching your favorite soccer team, or you're watching your favorite cricket team, or football team, or basketball team, or ice hockey team, or whatever team, or you're watching this Bollywood movie. Oh, now we're talking. Listen, in Egypt, man, you know, a long time ago, we didn't even speak Urdu, but we loved Indian movies. It's true. We'd be crying. We don't even know what the guy's talking about. It's so beautiful. It's so... And the directors got you hooked, man. You know why? Because now this girl loves this guy, and her father's a villain. He doesn't want him to get married. And now you tell the girl, run, girl, elope. It's so romantic. Run. You go, girl. Go. And apparently they listened to you. They ran away. They were doing something haram and you're cheering them on. And they come together in the middle of the desert in slow motion. And the guy's hair flying like, looks like Fabio, right? You know that guy? With the six-pack and the bags and the, no? Just me? Again, Allah help you. And the birds are flying and the sun is setting just so right. And gentle wind is flooding the hair. And the sun is touching his cheek. It's so beautiful. His eyes are twinkling and his smiles go ding. And he's coming on a white horse. And the sky is clear, but it rains. Because it's more romantic that way. And if nowhere, it's a desert, a tree pops up. And behind the tree, dancers come out and start. What happened? You want me to leave this? I need to know what happened to this couple. But you hear, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. It's a test of faith. You hear Allahu Akbar, Allah is greater, but your actions and deeds, you're saying, no, Allah is not Akbar. That movie is Akbar. That game is Akbar. Do you understand? You understand why Ali ibn Abi Talib radiallahu anhu and Ahl al-Bayt al-Athhar used to shiver when he make wudu, just to make ablution. He was asked, why do you shake when you make ablution? He hasn't even gotten to prayer yet. You know what his answer was? His answer was, أتدري بعد قليل أقف أمام من? Do you know after a little bit I will stand in front of whom? Amazing. They used to prepare themselves mentally, physically, spiritually, everything, akhi, with their heart. So he says, when you say Allahu Akbar, mean it. Nothing is greater than Allah at this time. As if you see the Kaaba. And as if you're standing on the Sirat, the path. Beneath it, the hellfire. The angel of death is behind you, has an arrow pointed at your back, could let go at any time. Your sins are surrounding you, they will destroy you at any time. And only Allah sees you and He has the mercy upon you. He's the only one that can actually save you from the hellfire and attain you Jannah. And pray, if this is your last pray, this is your last hope, you have no other. You know what the scholars say? If you want to speak to Allah, you pray. If you want to listen to Allah, you read the Quran. So you're reading the Quran as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking to you directly. And you're talking back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's called Salah, connection. And there's so much more on this issue alone. But that's how you do it. You understand when you go into the masjid, akhi and ukhti, when you take off your shoe, this is where your life belongs. It belongs in the bottom of that shoe where you take it off. It doesn't come into the masjid. But how many of us, if you're married, raise your hand, man. Raise your hand if you're married. Okay, you can relate to this. You know when you go into prayer, what happens? Oh my God, my wife told me a shopping list and I have to get this for the kids and the milk. Oh Lord, my cereal. I am in trouble already. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. I can't go home now. I have to divorce this girl. I gotta run, my God. I gotta run. I gotta go run away. I gotta elope. Yeah, elope with that girl. That Indian movie, I remember that guy. I remember. Remember that story? The man came up from outside of the city. He comes in, the Imam made a mistake and the Imam was harsh. Nobody would ever correct him. But because of this man was outside of the city, he didn't know that the man was... So the Imam made a mistake. It was supposed to be 4 rak'at, 4 units of prayers, but he only made 3. He goes, yeah, Imam, you only made 3. We're supposed to make 4. He goes, what? I never make a mistake. No, Imam, we only prayed 3 rak'at, not 4. Because how do you know that? He says, you see, Imam, I have 4 stores. In the first rak'ah, I did all the calculations and the game plans and to how to improve my first store. In the second rak'ah, I did the second, and I just never got to the 4th store. Remember that? Allah help us. So now it's a different mental state, different mode, right? So you said, قَلْبُهُ مُعَلَّقْ بِالْمَسَاجِدِ. Remember that? Your heart is linked to that masjid. When you finish the prayer, you got to go back because your heart is there. It's different mentality. أَرِحْنَا بِهَا يَا بِلَال. Give us comfort in it, not أَرِحْنَا مِنْهَا. Let's get rid of it. Different story, brothers and sisters, right? How many does this? Let me check. You know, check this out. This is when you're all alone, right? When you're all alone, the door is closed. Yeah? In your bedroom, your father said, hey Mo, Queen Latifah, have you prayed? Yeah, oh yeah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, you're out of there, right? The American Expressway, my man. It's the same guy, man, same guy. Now he's going into a place where, and all of a sudden he hears what? The door opens. Uh-oh. So he goes, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. And the brother's now going, wow, that's some serious khushu', man. And he turns around and goes, and I'm fasting too. Yeah, that's not khushu'. Hopefully that answers that question. Maybe some other questions, Joe. No, I'm